Once upon a time, in a beautiful kingdom called Kapilavastu, there was a kind and wise prince named Siddhartha. He lived in a big palace with his family and had everything you could ever want: delicious food, beautiful clothes, and lots of toys. But Siddhartha was different from other princes. He always wondered about the world outside the palace. He often thought, what is life like for the people outside? Are they as happy as I am? Do they face problems I do not know about? One day, when Siddhartha grew older, he asked his father, the king, to let him see the kingdom. The king didn't want Siddhartha to feel sad, so he made sure the streets were clean, and everyone looked happy. Musicians played cheerful tunes, and the people waved happily as Siddhartha passed by. The air was filled with the scent of flowers, and everyone seemed to be smiling. But, as Siddhartha rode through the city on his chariot, he saw something that changed his life forever. First, he saw an old man. His back was bent, and he walked slowly with the help of a stick. Siddhartha had never seen an old man before. His face showed wrinkles, and his hands trembled as he moved. Siddhartha asked his charioteer, "Why is that man bent and walking so slowly? Why does he look so tired and weak?" The charioteer replied, "That is old age. Everyone grows old one day, and their bodies become weak. It is a natural part of life." Siddhartha was surprised and thought, "Will I grow old too? Will my family and friends grow old? How can anyone stop this from happening?" Next, Siddhartha saw a sick man lying on the ground. His face was pale, his body shivering, and he was groaning in pain. Siddhartha asked, "What happened to this man? Why does he look so unhappy and weak?" The charioteer answered, "He is sick. Anyone can fall ill, whether they are rich or poor. Sickness is a part of life, and it can happen to anyone." This made Siddhartha very thoughtful. He wondered, is there a way to stop people from getting sick? Why must people suffer like this? Then, Siddhartha saw a funeral procession. People were crying as they carried someone who had passed away. Some people walked with flowers, while others held their heads in grief. Siddhartha asked, "What is happening here? Why are these people so sad?" The charioteer said, "This is death. Every living being must die one day. It is a truth no one can escape, no matter how rich or powerful they are." Siddhartha felt a deep sadness in his heart. He realized that life in the palace could not protect him or anyone else from old age, sickness, and death. These truths were part of life, and he wanted to understand why. After that, Siddhartha saw a monk walking peacefully with a smile on his face. The monk wore simple clothes, carried nothing but a begging bowl, and looked calm and happy. Siddhartha asked, "Who is that, and why does he look so calm and happy?" The charioteer replied, "That is a monk. He has given up everything to find peace and happiness. He spends his days meditating and seeking the truth about life." That night, Siddhartha could not stop thinking about what he had seen. He made a big decision. He wanted to find out why people suffer and how they could find true happiness. He left the palace quietly, leaving behind his family, his royal life, and all his riches. He walked into the forest to search for the truth, determined to find answers to the questions that filled his heart. For many years, Siddhartha meditated under trees, learned from wise teachers, and thought deeply about life. He traveled to many places, met other seekers, and tried many different ways to find peace. He lived a very simple life, sometimes eating very little and sleeping under the stars. Yet, he still felt that something was missing. One day, he sat under a big tree called the Bodhi tree and decided, "I will not get up until I find the answer to why people suffer." Days turned into nights, and nights into days, But Siddhartha remained still, deep in meditation.